All right. Hello and welcome to the Actual Play podcast of a conversational story game. I'm Samuel James, and today I am joined by
me, Kyle Berger.
Right on. Welcome back, Kyle. And today we also have a special guest. Special guest, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Xander Schrader.
And what brings you here today?
So physically I'm here today because I didn't know this was happening online. And mentally I'm here today because I thought this was fun.
Right on. Okay, so today we're going to play a story game. If this is your first episode, you're not familiar, but I'm going to go over it anyway. So we're going to start with a scenario, and in this case, we're going to be doing, as you've already seen from the title, Smiling Friends again. And then we're going to say what happens next in the story. And there's no turn order. We're just going to build on each other's ideas, and then we wrap things up when the scenario ends. So our scenario today, from the Smiling Friends once again. Now, this is new for the podcast because we've never done consecutive episodes within the same universe. We've done a repeat, I should say, back into the Scooby-Doo universe. But this is the first time we're jumping right back immediately. So we have a standard that we've already set by the previous episode. And now we're going to be building on that with more adventures with Pim and Charlie. So the scenario for today is going to be revealed over the course of the episode, I think. I think we should just let her rip, right?
I suppose.
All right, where are we at the start for this particular problem? There you got the chaotic
Sam, I hate to
opening.
jump onto your toes, but weren't you going to ask Xander something?
I was going to ask. I was going to ask something. Your favorite episode, your favorite Smiling Friends episode, and what about it is so phenomenal?
I really love the Brazil episode because it reminds me a lot of sometimes I go to like Vegas or something, and if it was the first time I ever went somewhere, there was always that same bickering and everything that happened in that episode. But I hated how they were mean to Pim in it. Pim's one of my favorite characters in the show, and they were just mean to him the whole time. I mean, they wanted him to plan literally everything. Apparently, it's not his fault. It's not his fault at all. But I love that episode just because it has such like a nice flow of dialogue. I love it when they call Mr. Boss and he's like, "Yeah, I mean, any other week, man." And it's just a great episode. And I learned that was all just improvised. So
I did not know that.
yeah.
I love the natural dialogue is certainly a charm of Smiling Friends. I also like they have this one having gone to a few foreign countries, when the way this one guy just approaches them and starts talking, and then Charlie says, I thought he was gonna stab me.
Dude, I thought you would stab me.
It's very, very relatable when you're in a foreign situation and you just have no idea what the social cues are, and people approach you pretty aggressively.
Listen, I don't know. I'm the same way. I don't even have to leave the country. I just go to LA or New York or Seattle. You never know.
Thought he was gonna stab me.
I thought he was going to stab me. I'm real scared of them city slickers.
Burger, favorite episode?
Oh gosh. I'm a big fan of I think we talked about it last time, but I think I'm a big fan of the Halloween episode.
Which one?
Oh gosh, they're both very good, aren't they?
I think there's three.
Yeah,
Are there
wait,
three?
there's the
Gosh.
one where Pim has a whole like Halloween party and is going to get firewood, and then
Yes.
then there's the one where like it's all revealed to be a dream. It's like, and that's what will happen if you don't let me inside your house.
I'm a very big fan of both the ones you just mentioned. I don't think I've seen the third one, whichever one you're talking about.
Is there a third one?
I'm not
Maybe
sure.
I'm misremembering.
Yeah,
No.
I don't remember a third one.
Halloween is very good. I do love the ending of the first one that you had mentioned, where they believe the demon is dressed in blackface. It's just perfect, and it just justifies everything Charlie imagines will happen, which is great.
Pim imagines.
Yeah, but Charlie has this like, hey, I don't do Halloween costumes because
Yeah.
Very good. All right, we have our problem set. We,
Yep.
as the storytellers in crime, are aware, and then we also have an office problem that we're going to be dealing with. So, Burger, take us away. Where do we start?
I think obviously we start right in the office again. We start in the waiting area, where the gang is. They haven't gone into Mr. Boss yet. Um, we could sort of like start queuing in our office problem right away. I know we haven't mentioned it yet, but Alan could just be sweating profusely, just like extremely hot. He's just kind of fanning himself with like a big, like weird vaudevillian fan, which like shouldn't belong here, but you know, he just has it. And let's say Pim and Charlie, they're sitting there at the table as well. Do we want to have Charlie be in like a very good mood or something to that degree? Because usually he's kind of demure when the day starts. But we could have him just like being like very excited to start the day. He like for once in his life, he's matching Pim's energy about just being excited to work.
But it's also super hot, and Charlie wears
Yeah.
a hoodie.
Yeah, and like
That is
one of the
true.
things about like Charlie is that he like the show repeatedly points out that he's like a little bit more on the like overweight, greasy kind of like side of
true.
things. So
That's
I
true.
think he's walking in and he's like, dude, look underneath my hoodie, like I've got sweat pits over here.
Yeah.
Well, and Pim's Australian, or it has the Australian accent, so I imagine he's a little okay with the hot temperature.
What do you think the actual what would you say the gag is then for this opening bit? It's hot because we're setting up the office problem. What is Glep doing, I suppose?
I feel like Glep likes like living inside the AC unit. And he has like little buttons all over that like decide the AC, because the Smiling Friends building was created with like zero health and safety laws. So it's like there's a bunch of
Yeah.
fans rotating, and he's just like in the middle of it all, just playing on his little phone, and every now and then he just like hits a random button, and the temperature like goes up or down 10 degrees in the office.
That's really great. So are you saying like he's not actually in the office, and Charlie and Alan are really hot, so they open up the air conditioning unit, and they find that basically the gag is that Glep lives there. Like the air conditioning unit is literally his house. Because none of them have ever seen him like he's always been to work first, and they always just assumed he was very punctual. But it's revealed that they open up the air conditioning unit to figure out what the hell is wrong with it, and they just see Glep in there, like brushing his teeth and like, getting his suitcase or briefcase or his work attire ready, his hat, brushing his teeth, morning ritual.
Charlie, I think Charlie would definitely confront him and just be like, Glep, do you just like kind of live here, man? And like, you know, puts his like scratching the back of his head.
Oh yeah. And Charlie, and maybe they both think at first that this is like sort of like he's like squatting here like illegally, but that's when that's like, yeah, maybe they like start arguing about it. It's like, what are you doing here? It's like, what are you doing here? And maybe that's when like the boss comes in and reveals that Glep actually owns the deed to the air conditioner. And it's like his actual legal residence, and there's like nothing sketchy at all going on.
Yeah, I feel like he'd like pull out like like Mr. Boss would pull out like a blueprint then and like circle out the section. He's like, this has been very annoying for me to deal with personally.
Yeah, do the city zoning laws.
This is technically in Canada over here.
Something like that.
That's good.
But yeah, because okay, so what do we want to say is actually causing? Because obviously that's his house. He lives in the air conditioning unit. But what's actually causing it to be on the fritz today as opposed to any other day? Or maybe, I guess maybe he just turned it off to save energy for his energy bill because it is his house.
That's very good.
Yeah, Glep's a little strapped for cash in this scenario.
And then that it's kind of works because the boss kind of comes in, explains everything, and then immediately gives Charlie and Pim their assignment without really resolving the issue, which leaves Alan and Pim just sort of like glaring at each other.
Alan Glep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Glep, sorry. What did I say? Glenn?
That's good.
No, you said Pim.
Oh, yeah.
So then Mr. Boss comes in and introduces the problem. I think he delivers it with the seriousness of a car crash. I think he says, We got to Charlie, Pim, grab your things. We're going to the hospital.
Okay.
It is like, hey boys, how's it going? We're going to the hospital. You ever seen a man's life leave his eyes?
But okay, so do we leave it in suspense then, or do we just smash cut to the problem?
I think they go to the hospital. I mean, that is fit. Yeah, they go to the hospital. We leave the office. They go to the hospital. I don't think. Do you want anything to happen while they go there, or I guess there could be an awkward conversation in the car, just sort of about like. Pim is trying to like fish for information about the client and like who they need to make smile, and the boss is just like having none of it. He just stonewalls him very awkwardly on the interstate, like while they're driving.
Okay, and then maybe they confer with each other, and Pim and Charlie's like, dude, if it's one of those Make-A-Wish things, he's like, I'm out. I'm not doing that.
Yes.
He's like, you are not going to catch me dead dressing up as some Marvel superhero slop.
Yes, yeah. And yeah, then Pim hits him with the, oh, come on, Charlie, come on. I mean, we don't know that that's what it is, Charlie. I don't really see a problem if it was that. It would just be a short little thing and probably be a pretty easy job. And yeah, they get into like sort of a hushed, heated argument.
And Charlie just insists, he's like, dude, I don't like hospitals. Like, never go there. Just wash your hands. It'll be fine.
Pim's like, oh, I remember one time there was my grandmother in the hospital. Yeah, she didn't make it, but like it was very fun to see her have her last wish be to see Captain America.
Oh my gosh. And the boss says, quiet. And then he says, we're here. And then they get to the hospital.
That's good. I like that.
But in any case, okay, so what is the actual like status of the problem then? How is he actually going to introduce them? Because who is the client, I suppose? Because obviously the problem is that Mr. Boss's son, Jason, is, or I guess, should I say it?
No, yeah, go for it, yeah.
Mr. Boss's, because we drew that card, Mr. Boss's son, Jason, is sick. So that's the problem. So who needs to smile? Is it the son, or is it Mr. Boss? Or is it the doctor because the doctor's having a bad day?
Oh, yeah, we could switch it up. Like, yeah, we could pick who the non-smiler is in this scenario. Yeah. Or it could be multiple people here.
Yeah, I also feel like something that can happen is the moment they get to the hospital. I don't know how many of you have been to hospitals, but it's usually like the parking scenario is just all over the place every single time. And then there's like a random attendant who like wants you to roll down your window, but then he's giving you like confusing directions the entire time. Yeah. And it's just the entire scenario. So I feel like Smiling Friends would have that
linger on that.
And where it's like, where does he want us to go? I don't understand.
I feel like we should do that when they leave, because I feel like we kind of got to get to the problem.
Yeah.
But I feel like we should definitely they park thinking everything's all right, and then maybe when they leave, that's when we throw this at them.
Oh, this is good.
But I think we got to get to Jason. I feel like we have to get to the actual.
All right, so we're in the hospital room and we hear the beep, beep of the heart monitor, and there is Mr. Boss's son Jason, who is not human, right? He looks like some sort of.
He's a bean.
He's a bean, like a misshapen Voldemort creature that was somehow birthed by Mr. Bean, Mr. Boss. Yeah. Although he could be Mr. Bean too. And he's hooked up to all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, like I feel like it's a comically large amount of stuff. There's like 17 different machines in there. There's like a giant syringe being like dangled from above his bed with tape securing it.
Yes,
it's like filled with a mysterious blue liquid.
This is good. Should we have? I know we have Mr. Boss as like the card that's drawn, but maybe there's a doctor or somebody who can do their job very well. But let's play around with it. Like, is the problem we need the son to get better? Do we need like, I don't know. Let's figure this one out.
I mean, I feel like it's got to be the doctor, because if it was if the boss needed to smile, they could just try to make him smile at the office after he tells them his problem, and they wouldn't really have to come to the hospital. But I feel like if it's the doctor, maybe they go on like a tirade about like how this is like it's like a very delicate situation, and it's going to require a special operation to fix his son because of due to his son's like weird biology. Um, and so the doctor, there's only one doctor in the entire county who can do this surgery, and it's the guy, and he's just like been off his game for maybe a week. Um, he's, he's
Yes, and I think in this case we could reuse the character from the Silly Samuel episode, the best doctor ever who's like pointing out like all of Silly Samuel's faults. And I feel like he still has the black eye from when he got hit in the head with the like cuckoo clock during the episode.
Oh man, deep cut. All right, so it's the same. It's like the same guy still injured, but he's the top doctor who can deal with his alien physiology.
Yeah, and he's the only one who can perform this surgery, and he's just been out of it ever since that black eye happened. I don't remember what caused that.
The cuckoo clock on Silly Samuel's head went off, and like the little bird from it hit him in the eye.
Yeah, so I guess
I think he's like jumpy at really everything. Because like
his steady search hands are shaking.
Yeah, he like gets into the wait. Do we want him in the room or not? Because I feel like we can show him like getting into the room, looking on the clock on the wall, and just like in a very Smiling Friends-esque way, just like immediately snatching it down and like throwing it to the floor, and just making sure he never sees a clock again.
He's afraid of clocks.
Because of the cuckoo clock hitting him in the eye.
That makes sense. Yeah, no, I like that. I really like that. That's he comes in, they sort of like talk about the problem. The Mr. Boss tells Charlie and Pym about like what needs to be done. And it's like, you have to get this doctor back on his game. And
or else my son is gonna die and you'll be fired.
Yeah. We leave. We do not mention what the son actually has.
Yes.
We do not say.
I feel, now we got to cut back to the office. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Yeah. I like that.
So we go back, and I think Glep is just sitting there. He is perfectly content to be in his little beanbag with the iPad. And meanwhile, we just zoom in closer and closer to Alan's face as a hyper-realistic drop of sweat moves from the top of his head and starts going down his veiny red skin. And he's just losing it. He's sitting there because Glep has no problem in the world. His body temperature is probably really low, so he doesn't even feel it because he's so tiny.
Yeah.
But he's saving energy, and there's nobody else in the building, so it's just them two.
Yeah, he's saving energy. He's perfectly content. And he's actually we could do like because that's his house technically. So oh gosh, what that because technically do we want to go straight to Alan like trying to burgle Glep's house? Or does he first like sort of talk to him, and he's just like, hey, I could pay your energy bill if you just turn the air conditioning back on.
No, Burger, that sounds too reasonable. Alan's got to be a little he's just gonna reach into that little house and flip the switch. And as soon as he's about to, like, Glep puts down the iPad and just stares at him.
I feel like before that we could have like this little mini montage of him preparing for like a great heist or whatever, and in air quotes, where he's like rolling out the blueprint to the whole air conditioning unit. He's tapping things, he's recircling things that the boss already circled before in the episode, and he's looking at all of it. and then he just reaches in and
Flips the switch.
flips the switch.
Yeah, he just flips it on because it's just an air conditioning unit. They didn't even know it was a house until this morning. So he's just treating it, essentially like he always would. Okay, so Sam,
Yes, sir.
he flicks the switch. Glep glares at him, and then what?
The power goes out in the entire building, of course.
Of course.
It's just pitch black. The room is only illuminated by Glep's iPad. And then we get the cartoonish just the whites of the eyes of Alan and Glep just glaring at each other. It's still hot in here.
So are you saying how about this? Okay, so he turns on Glep's house. He turns the power back on Glep's house because that is the air conditioning unit. And then that actually pushes Glep over his limit, and the energy company shuts off Glep's house. But then because then Alan's just like, what is going on? Why would the power, if they shut off the power for your house, why would it turn off the entire office's power? And that's when we find out that the reason Glep's energy bill is so high is because Mr. Boss has actually been siphoning energy off of Glep's house to power the entire office so that he doesn't have to pay any energy bills. Which is...
how do we even find that out?
I mean,
there's just okay, so there's just been this insanely large cable going into the the AC the entire time, and they've just been stepping over it, not really acknowledging it, and then Alan's like, "Is that what the huge cable is for?"
Well, because they could go to the breaker of the office, and then they just see that the office is unplugged. Obviously, that's not how buildings get power, but for comedic effect, they see that the office is just unplugged, and
it just has a giant plug.
Yeah, that the line is, instead of being plugged into the city's power grid, is just going straight back to the air conditioning unit, which is that's how it's revealed, and it's like, oh, that sneaky little shyster. Glep is swearing in his language.
Sounds like a Star Wars alien.
But yeah, so I guess this kind of takes the heat off them.
Is there a way to ramp it back up before we switch back to A plot, or should we leave it here?
I feel like because the power's out, the Smiling Friends building are always filled with so much random creatures and all that stuff.
Right.
I feel like Mr. Boss had an electricity cage in his office of this absolute deranged person. They're in a 3D clay model art style. It's and the light shut out, and then Alan knows about it because Alan and Mr. Boss are really, really close together, and he's like, wait a minute. If the power's out, then that means gulp.
Well, I think just to sort of rework exactly what you're saying, we could do Glep is swearing. It's sort of a one-sided conversation because obviously we don't understand what Glep is saying. We're only getting what Alan is saying. And, Glep is saying the boss. It's like, oh, I'm sure the boss has a very good reason for doing this. And, it's just one side. He's like, oh, come on, don't be that way. And then Glep just pulls out a switchblade and then just runs out the front door. And then Alan goes chasing after him, and then that's when we go sort of Jurassic Park style, where we go into the boss's office, and then we go into the back room of the boss's office, and then like you said, there's an enclosure, an electrified enclosure with lightning signs on it, and that's when we just see the hand of whatever the creature is just sort of twing the line like the raptors in Jurassic Park to see that it's no longer powered.
That's good. I like that.
Unless you wanted to just throw the monster out right away.
No, not yet. I would want to hint at the monster, and then we go.
Yeah.
All right. So where did we leave our hospital?
left our hospital with I think the doctor's either inside the room or he's like he needs to get inside there.
Yeah, well, they need to get him on his groove. They were told their mission by Mr. Boss, and I suppose Mr. Boss is just staying in the hospital room with his son, trying to like keep him happy, while Pim and Charlie are being tasked with getting the doctor ready for the surgery, and the surgery is in like an hour, so time is of the essence or something like that.
And I feel like Mr. Boss would be in like a very like hunched over position, like hands clasped during like in the corner for the most of it, where he's like just muttering to himself.
Yeah, kind of rocking back and forth.
Yeah, he's really invested in what happens to his son Jason.
I think Charlie would go for an external solution right out the gate. He's like, okay, well, if you need focus, man, like this is what you need. And he pulls out a can of something.
Yeah.
It's like some nitro caffeine something or other. He's like, when I play Grand Strategy 4, he's like, this is the stuff that gets me going. And he starts shaking it and like taps it on the table. He's like ready to crack it open.
He taps it on the table and like a little bit of it just like melts the bottom a bit, and like it just starts draining slowly, and it's melding the floor beneath it. It's like
we pause on there, and Charlie just goes, "Yeah, you kind of gotta drink it pretty quick. So if you're gonna have it, just start chugging." But maybe Pim says something a little more about like the attitude, like maybe tries to cheer him up in a different way.
Oh yeah, because like maybe like. He sort of maybe touches on the fact that nothing's really changed. Like he's still the same dude. It's just a mental block, and he's just got to remember who he is. He's just got to remember that he's talented and that he can do this.
I feel like we could lean into him having the black eye as like a like confidence issue, and like he's always had like a little bit of like
all right
like just a little bit of misfortune in the dating area, and now he has a black eye. He's like, I'm ruined forever. There's no hope for me. You ever seen this thing called hypergamy, and he like shows up a phone of like the little hypergamous chart where it's like, see, women only go for the not top 10% of men. I thought that becoming a doctor, I'd get every single woman ever. But for some reason, I'm still right here. And he points to like the other percent of the people.
Oh yeah, he's just like, I'm the best surgeon. I want to give. He wants to give himself rhinoplasty, or he wants to get rhinoplasty, and he wants to like get an increased chin size. But,
is this our clavicular episode?
yeah, I suppose. He wants to get like a rhinoplasty, increased chin size. He wants to like add segments to his spine to be taller. But the problem is, just like Jason's surgery, he's the only surgeon who can do those types of surgery, and he can't do it on himself.
I feel like a funny bit that we could add is that he can do the surgery on himself, and he scheduled it for the exact same time that his son, the Jason son surgery is. So he's like, I never switch up for my schedules ever. I never.
Well, no, because surgeons can't do surgery on themselves. That's a universal medical law.
That's yeah. Well, and what's that joke? What's the Fisioli's in town? Go see him, and it's like, I am Fisioli.
Oh yeah, where there was like the like greatest barber in the land. Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess you're right. He starts talking about dating, the dating bioscape.
Bioscape. I like each time too that he references like his condition. His eye just gives an involuntary twitch. And he didn't think the black eye would be permanent. Like these are supposed to go away, but it seems it's not happening.
And I guess so. Then, so is it just gonna be another like we have to
find him a mate episode?
What is the actual solution to this problem? Because obviously we've just established it isn't. He thinks the only thing that will fix his self-esteem issues is like a bunch of rhinoplasty surgeries and stuff, but we've established it's impossible because he's the only one who can do it.
And doctors don't do surgery on themselves. I just found this out.
But So then what do our fellas propose? Because obviously we've had Charlie's suggestion being the slop, and then Pym just sort of like getting down to the root of the problem by examining his mental state. So what is the actual fix, would you guys think?
I feel like he's like he is the best surgeon in the area,
Yeah.
in the like entire world, let's say. I feel like he's like really stuck up about it, and that's all he ever talks about, and that's all he ever
Yeah.
does. Like
Yeah.
he's nothing outside of being a doctor. I feel like that's the root problem.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Because I feel like, and tell me if you don't like this. What I'm angling towards is maybe like it's a confidence issue, and I'm like, this is kind of spoilers for like into it, but you can tell me if you don't like this. What I'm angling more towards for the end solution to bring our B into A is that his confidence is going to get fixed in the end by defeating this monster that just came out of the boss's office. But I assume first we need like sort of a failure, right? Because
Yeah.
Glip and Redman aren't here yet. Alan. And so
We are so.
So I guess, yeah. So the solution could be they try to get him to do other things besides surgery. Like, I don't know, like what, frisbee golfing or something.
Oh, well, I feel like they'd go back to that like chart of like the like best men ever eaten. He goes like, yeah, like I'm not gonna be like like I like any of these dudes like Rambo. Every woman loves Rambo, or like it's just like pointing out all these things. Was like,
Oh,
well, maybe we could do some of those things that those movie characters do, and see if he sees that it's not that helps, you know?
Ooh.
Yeah.
So could we do like a movie reference montage?
Well, it's like, we could hit him with the like all the women love Rambo, and then Charlie hits Pym with like an aside. I don't know any women who have ever said they like really that attracted to Rambo. It's kind of an old movie, but yeah, no, Charlie's ever the skeptic. Pym just wants to go along with what he's like into, because obviously the client's always right, except when they're horribly wrong.
I feel like the doctor also like loves Jason Statham movies, like, and thinks he's the ideal dude to look up to, like, because like I feel like he does more of like a he wants to go like shark hunting sometime to prove that he's like he's got it. Or no, they try to like where am I going with this? I feel like they could try and get him to do some like Jason Statham things, or just like action movies in general, I feel.
Oh, see, okay, but do we want him to be really action movie oriented, like he wants to do that stuff, but then Charlie and Pym aren't willing to let him, and that's when he does it in the end when the big monster comes?
Oh yeah. Okay. So maybe they're pressed for time. So they're like, we'd really like to do this whole action movie montage thing, but like, you gotta do the surgery now, dude.
Or no, I think they gotta do it. They gotta try at least one gambit to make him feel better.
Okay.
Because I don't think we can just jump straight to the thing. I think they got to do one gambit.
All right.
And I think it's because I guess the joke is that he has all these misconceptions about masculinity, and he only thinks that action movie stars like Xander was saying, that's the ideal. And like Charlie and Pym think like, dude, that's not really right. But I guess the joke is in the end that he was right. When whatever the monster comes, and then he like beats it down or whatever. But oh gosh,
So what's our first gambit? Is there something we could do in a hospital that would build the confidence of a surgeon? And here's what I'm thinking through, Burger. I'm wondering, is there any emergency surgery that Pym or Charlie, like any sort of procedure that they would get right now just to help this guy? And I don't know why, but for some reason I'm fixated on Pym's nerve ending coming out of his head.
Oh, you think? Because while they're talking about rhinoplasty and like surgically adding joints to their spines, he's just talking about Yeah, Pym asks him if he can remove the nerve ending on the top of his head. Oh gosh. Yeah, no, I like that. What's the angle though? Like, is it just to restore his confidence?
That seems really far.
Oh no, I like that though because the idea because that is that's the Pym angle though because the guy is really shaky. He can't be trusted to do any surgery, but Pym is going to put himself out there and trust him. And it's like, you can do this. These people are scared to let you into their operating rooms because your hands are shaking and you're a mess right now. But I believe in you. The reason Pym thinks that the reason he's so out of it is because people don't trust him, and so he can't trust himself. So Pym believes that by trusting first, he can fix this guy by just believing. And then, yeah, like you said, that is a very good like body modification for Pym.
Okay, so we cut to on the surgical table. Pym is lying there. He's closing his eyes. He's like, "You got this, Mr. Doctor," and he closes his eyes. And and then the doctor pulls out these tweezers and just starts pulling. And then the hair just keeps pulling. And he pulls again.
It's just
It just starts coiling on the table as he keeps pulling.
Oh yeah.
And you can see slowly because nerve endings, right? Like the like vibrant colors of Pym are just like slowly fading away as he's just pulling and pulling and pulling.
Pym still has his eyes closed. He's like, "Are we there?" And Charlie's like, yeah, man, we're pretty close." He keeps going, he's pulling, and there's just more of it spilling out. I don't know how this bit ends.
Yeah, like I guess it's eventually he like pulls out an uncomfortable amount. He's just like, well, this won't do. I guess there's no end to it. We're gonna have to like cut it. And that's when he just takes out a really like comically large pair of like metal sewing scissors. Like the kind you would never see in like an operating room. But that's when he's got the shake still. He's still like he doesn't got it. Despite Pym's trust, he just doesn't got it.
Okay, so let me just get this straight. We're gonna go the whole rest of the episode with Pym with just an extra long like hair sticking out of his head.
I feel like what we could do then is Pym could also be like, I've always wanted a full head of hair. So what they do instead is they coil the nerve ending and like give him some really nice like curly hair, like I don't know, surfer curls. But you just know that's a nerve ending the entire time. And
it's true. And I guess every time they touch it though, he should be in horrible pain. I don't know.
I feel like they inject him with like they take down the very large needle that was seen in the son Jason's room.
Yeah.
And they take that and it's revealed that it's full of like a ton of anesthetic. Like you should only have one drop of it, but they inject the entire thing into Pym beforehand. So he's just completely numb. He doesn't know that the hair that he has now is his exposed nerve ending.
Yeah. He thinks he actually has a full head of hair now. He's like, and so Pym utterly believes that the doctor's got his mojo back, but he's like totally out of it. And only Charlie and the doctor know that they haven't fixed the problem. And Charlie's just like, dude, you gotta ball up right now. The boss is gonna fire me if we don't get you on top shape. And meanwhile, Pym in a delirious, like, morphine-induced state is just like talking about how the problem's fixed. He has a wonderful head of hair. The doctor as the best he's ever been. And that's when it's just like, all right, it's surgery time. Right as the surgery, like it's go time. Charlie and the doctor are kind of screwed. The boss is there. That's when Glep bursts in with his switchblade and starts threatening the boss's life. And I
feel like Glep's covered in scratches and like Alan is currently like nowhere to be seen, but it's assumed that they've just been running and escaping from the monster this entire time. And
see, I was saying that Glip is still just trying to kill the boss, and they've led the monster here, but neither of them knows that it got out. Unless we want to go where they've already been. Oh, see, but why would if they're getting hounded by the monster, why come to the hospital?
Oh, I feel like either Glep or Alan gets like severely injured, and it's like, we need to go to a hospital now, or however Alan would say that. And
Oh,
so like
oh,
Glep, in like a show of like midget strength or whatever, like is carrying him on top of him. His legs are shaking the entire time as he's running away from this monster.
um,
Uh,
one suggestion.
hmm.
I've got. How about the the they come to the hospital because Glip wants to kill Mr. Boss because he's been siphoning his energy from his house. Um, and then like you said, it's only Glep. Alan is not there, and then we do sort of a because Glep came. He's like screaming about the power. He's threatening Mr. Boss, and then Mr. Boss is just like, wait, the power turned off. And that's when it's like, where's Alan? And then we do like a sort of like, I don't know, Jurassic Park, where Alan's red arm is just kind of like propped on the side of the door frame. And it's like, oh, Alan, there you are. And they do the thing where you don't remember in Jurassic Park, Samuel L. Jackson's arm is there, but it's not attached to his body. And so, um, like you said, so instead of a bunch of scratches and stuff, Alan is like MIA, and they sort of look around. It's like, where the heck is Alan? It's like, wait, you turned off the power to the office? Oh no, but that means where's Alan? And then it's the arm. Someone walks over to the arm. It falls off. It's not attached. It's like, oh my gosh. Um, and then we cut to the big monster, which is eating Alan, and I guess
feel like no, I feel like
yeah.
Alan's not completely dying at this point. It just like got his arm. And like it
Okay.
like snatched his arm away from him, like a very like blink and you'll miss it, like
Oh yes, I do like that. Where Alan is just standing in the doorway. It's like, what are you talking about? There was no beast or monster, and then his arm just disappears in like a flash. No, no, I like that. That's good. But then no. So basically, the way I envision this, and tell me if this is dumb. I basically just think, the doctor does his Rambo thing and defeats this monster with a scalpel, and basically regains his mojo from that. Basically proving him right that that being an action hero was all he needed to get his mojo back.
I feel like and at this point there's been like a nurse or like something, and it's like, oh my gosh, my hero, would you like to go out with me this Saturday?
Oh, is that how we end it that way? I think it's pretty good.
No, I think the way we ended is he gets his mojo back. He performs the surgery on the boss's son. The boss's son is instantly better. He performs the surgery on Alan. His arm is reattached. He performs another surgery on Pim, returning the nerve ending back into his body and returning the purple color to his skin. And he just does it all. He just does it all because he's the best surgeon on the planet. And then we end with Charlie asking the boss what the kid even had. And he said it was like chicken pox or something. And he's just, I didn't know that was bad. I came to the office with chicken pox like a week ago. and then we just end it like that.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like at the start of the episode we could have like mentioned, it's like, oh, I just got over my chicken pox, dude. It was pretty terrible, but
you could
do that
in the opening.
Or you could tie back in the energy drink that Charlie put forward to the doctor.
Oh.
And I guess Jason got a sip, and he like checks the warning, and it's like, do not feed to bean people.
Oh yeah.
Whatever Jason is. Do not feed to children.
It was glycerine poisoning. It's like, oh. And then they look at the can and there's like 70% glycerine or whatever. I don't know where he got this stuff, but
I mean, he was looking kind of hungry, just kind of standing there like Charlie would be, and like he wanted the energy, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I like that. Yeah.
What did we learn here? What's the point?
What do you mean morals? This is a smiling friends.
The point is hypergamy is real, and then if you want girls to like you, you have to kill monsters with your bare hands. Boom.
Okay.
Boom.
Also,
Locked
be a
in.
surgeon is part of the message.
Yeah.
I don't know. You asked, like, what did we learn? What did we learn last time we did?
Last time we learned something about driving.
Yeah.
I guess this time we learned something about...
We learned that all Italians are criminals.
That's it. That's what we learned last time. This time we learned... Hold on. Don't steal your friend's power.
Yeah. The AC is fine where it is. You don't need to say anything about it.
That's a very summer message. I like that.
Yeah.
Got him.
Right on. Well, this has been an episode of our actual play, doing the Smiling Friends. We hope you'll join us next time for whatever we decide to do. Thank you, Xander, for joining us for this episode, and we'll catch you next time.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good one.